And how big was Glenn Tipton input on this album? He's listed as a co-writer of all these songs, but what was really his input in this album?
Yeah, so when we write songs, the three of us, we always, I might have an idea or Glenn might have an idea, and we suggest things, so we'll sit down, and that's a great start to a song. So let's elaborate on that. And so it might be me and Glenn working together to come up with a riff or a vibe, and that's what we've always done, really. We get in a room and we see what ideas are good ideas, what ideas Rob is drawn to as well. And it's no different really from how it's been before. I guess the only difference is, if Glenn, obviously we know the challenges that Glenn is going through. If he's got some ideas and he couldn't play them, he'd kind of talk to me about how to play it and get the idea across. So that's how it went down. And obviously when we recorded it, the songs that he could play, he would play, and the parts that he couldn't play, I would take over for him. And I think that's an understand. I think everyone knows that. Everyone understands that. We just wanted to have him as part of the record, part of the creative team, and where he could play on the record as well. So that's how we approached it, really.
Well, it's great to hear that despite his condition, he seems very active and very involved in the band. Like, do you have any special memories from this session with Glenn? Do you have like much inspiration from him?
It's always the same, really, with Glenn. He's always trying to do something unique and different, so that always comes across in every ride. I've done 3 records now, and that's always Glenn's mindset, is to do something slightly different, step outside the box, whether it's a riff or a song or a melody, something that has a little bit of a twist. So I always have those moments with Glenn in the studio. And also it's when you sift through ideas that are just ideas, riffs and melodies, when they have the foresight between Rob and Glenn to pick something that you might not be aware of, but they hear stuff that you don't hear, and then you can embellish things and make it a song. I always learn that sort of stuff about Glenn in the studio. So this was no different.
And I bet that he is eager to join you on stage someday on this tour. Is it possible?
If it's possible, he'll be there. It's been the same for the last few years now, where obviously it's a challenging disease that you don't beat. It beats you. But as long as Glenn is healthy and he wants to and he's able, he'll always try and get up on stage with us. Only if it's for a few songs, but if he can, then he will.